Welcome to Coffee and Resales, where we talk about selling stuff on eBay and other various platforms. I am Ryan. It's a side job. I sell stuff on eBay. So, as you can see, I'm packing stuff here and display stuff there and various stuff all over there that I'm not going to show you because it's a mess. Anyway, this morning I've got just 3 sales, nothing huge. An interesting, sizable find yesterday that I'm going to discuss and hopefully find a way to get sold on some of them. So let's get started. First up, this is a Facebook Marketplace sale. I had these up on eBay, scanned another one, but I threw them in with something and sold them. There's 3 Buffy the Vampire Slayer paperbacks. Sold to somebody on Facebook who saw them. These 3, 14 shipped. 12 or 14 shipped. Well, let me see the messages. Oh. Okay, I'll talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. That's a good cha-ching, but that's a secret cha-ching. There's a couple things I hold back on that I don't want to talk about unless I get like a bunch of viewers and then do like a big secret reveal or something. And that's one of them. So, but we're going to look up my discussion with this person. Here we are. Marketplace. Her. Okay, and these were 13. Sold these for 13, and I also reached out to the buyer. I've got a Buffy graphic novel that I'm asking like 7 for, and I'm going to see if she wants that before I later this morning before I get a bunch of these boxed up. So again, Buffy books. I had 2 of these for $9 on eBay and no hits. I put them on Facebook Marketplace with a bunch of other stuff. Somebody sees them and wants them. So, this season, there's also a good chance that Buffy and horror and vampire-y stuff sells a little better around this time of year. So, there's that. Next up, this should have been in my heresy box. Miracle book by Oral Roberts. This is prosperity theology stuff. This went for, I think, $14. Not a ton, but it was a reasonably decent sale. Because the most I paid for this was $1. So, yeah, $13. A good, halfway decent rule of thumb is if you can get a religious book without a barcode for under $1, there's a reasonable chance it's worth one of 2 things. One, it may be worth listing. 2, it's probably at least worth listing if you can find a batch of similar stuff on a similar topic or by the same author. You can lump them together and make a little money that way. I'm a big believer in bundling books if you can get them cheap enough. So anyway, but this went for 13. Miracle book by Oral Roberts. I think I sold an older edition or like a sequel or something that he wrote for a similar price too, not too long ago. So anyway, there's that. And finally, this was my bigger sale. This was $22, and this was $22. The Poems and Dramas of Lord Byron. This is old. This is late 1800s, early 1900s. I don't even know that it's dated. Even has a couple of loose pages. But let's see. Okay. I think this is late. But anyway, late 1800s, early 1900s. A little shade. There's a couple loose pages, but it's not bad. Very pretty binding. People love. Somebody may just have this for decorative. And not probably decorative, not reading or collector or something like that. But this type of, even with a little bit of a nick here, but this type of binding and cover, people love them. I pick up. I probably got $2 in it, so there you go. And that's my sales. So my pickups yesterday are very interesting. I snagged. First off, I was at a library. I had to run over to the library to drop something off, and they've got a nice section of for sale books, 50 cents a piece. So I grabbed some. This is interesting. Dramatic Moments in the Life of Jesus by Ralph Claggett. I've found maybe 2 books on the entire internet by Ralph Claggett. So this is a real and publication date is 1940. So very good binding for this was. I'm surprised at how well bound this is for how rare something like this is. I don't know that it's a lot of value in it. There's only a couple other things out there by him, like maybe 1 book by him that's sold in the past while. But this thing's signed, too. So, I will probably start it at 100. I think. I suspect this is 90, this may be a $20 book. It may be a $10 book. But without good comps, barely a mention of it on the internet. I don't know that it's worth, you shoot for the moon sometimes on something, particularly if you can be patient with it. Start at 100, take more than I'll take 50, start now. Something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Next up, and this is also a testament to the what you do with books you can't find that look good. Not is you'll see a lot of old textbooks are like this. Is somebody will put a textbook up for sale and out of print textbook and run the price up, and not like an old edition, but like an old textbook that they're not printing anymore. Run the price up, and I guess you hope that you come out ahead. And I've got a box down there of old textbooks that there is only a few other copies. I just make sure I price underneath rather reasonably, and I'll draw the price down over time with a limit. But so that's what I'll do with this too. Is I'll start at a high price. And then we'll see what happens as things progress. Next up, this is an author I always grab, Evangelist John Rice. I think he was an old Pentecostal minister and evangelist. I think I've never failed to sell a John Rice book. So when I find something that he's written that's in decent shape, I snag it. So this is like a $20 book or so. Power of Pentecost. So again, religious writings, know your authors. Again, no barcode. Older stuff that's probably out of print. It's worth there's almost a floor value to it. Same with this book, Exposition of Isaiah. I think you get 10 to 15 for this. So again, biblical commentaries. I got a few in there that I need to relist, and there's some niche groups on Facebook I'm also a member of that I may post some of these in, and because I got a box full now, and see if I can get a few bites on some of those, and I need to do that. All right, finally, I'm gonna hold up because I think these are all I've got like 3 boxes like this. And these are more modern science fiction men's adventure novels. Like I even asked about these War Strider books. I'm throwing them on Facebook groups, about $3 a piece. My local Last Chance Goodwill has been putting about once every few weeks a batch gets put out of this type of stuff, like somebody was a collector or something, and it's a quarter piece. So I'm snagging them all and locking them up and trying to flip them out that way. Limited success, but I'm moving a few things. I'm hoping maybe when I do a yard sale or a flea market, I'm going to bring them out and see if I can get some out that way too, at 50 cents a piece. So and some I might wind up donating but every time I list some, a few do sell, it seems. And like most things with Facebook Marketplace groups, it's all timing related. It's not necessarily demand. It's timing. You gotta be able to. It's luck in a weird sense. It's like you have to be able to put something out for sale, and the right person has to see it at the right time before it gets shoved down in the results. So, my recommendation, if you do Facebook niche groups, is rotate. Don't list the same stuff every time. Pull listings down, rotate, and rotate through different stuff, and retitle different stuff, and just keep rolling it through, and you will eventually you'll see some sales happen. Use PayPal goods and services, and you can take and price your stuff under eBay solds, and people will sometimes jump on it a lot more. And there's a lot of people on Facebook who don't like eBay. They just don't, and they would prefer to buy from individuals on niche groups. Does that mean you can sell things a little bit higher? Not necessarily, but they're there. So I think that's mostly it for today, and I got some stuff to do. Oh, one other thing I'm going to try, and I may grab a few more of these as they pop up because I can get them so cheap, is it's Christmas CDs. There's a few that are worth a bunch of money. But I'm going to see if I can. This is Christmas with the Stars, so I can snag it. So if I can get, again, cost a quarter. So if I can get $7, I'll be $6 to $7 because shipping's $4, give or take. So I think the threshold there is going to be between 6 and 7. If you can get $6 to $7 or lot them up maybe, and find some way to make some money that way on Christmas CDs. This is one of those things that it almost seems that they all eventually sell within a price range because people are always wanting Christmas CDs. So Christmas stuff does well. Generally speaking, I've had one sale out of 3 or 4 that I've posted, and I got some other stuff I need to get up because things are coming. So that is this week. That is today. So you have get out there, get some stuff sold. So again, this is Ryan. Drink some coffee, get some selling done. Bye.